Okay, so we just parked at Doncaster Station. We're just about to jump on the train to Edinburgh. But before we do, let's see how the gig went last Sunday. So it's Sunday, I've got a gig here in Bristol, one I've been invited to perform at, which is great. The only thing is I prepared 5 minutes because I thought it was 5 minutes, and it turns out it's 10 minutes. So I've madly been panicking trying to learn some extra jokes, and again, blow my mind with my memory. Let's see how it goes. Thank you. Good evening. People take the mick out of my height, so I've decided to write some short jokes. Here's the first one. Knock. I used to have a little insect that could sing Nessun Dorma. Everywhere he went, he was well received. He was an antenna. Anyway, I've been Carl. Thank you very much. That was tough. Not a big crowd. As usual, the other comedians, everybody was really welcoming, really nice. But it was tough to get laughs, if I'm honest. Tough. Oh, give us a smile. So here we are at Doncaster Station, about to jump on the train to Edinburgh. About to arrive any second. It's on time. We're going backwards. Yay!
7, platform 3.
We've made it to Edinburgh. We've got a bit of a race across town now to see our first show. Downloaded the app. Put a few things in the calendar. So it's going to be a busy day. Let's go. We've managed to sit down and we're just enjoying the weather and waiting for a bit of a ham and cheese toasty. We managed to make our first show, Too Muslim, Too Furious. I'm not going to critique shows on here. No way. Who am I to do that? But it was a very entertaining and enjoyable start to the festival. Right, we're going to get some food in us, then we're going to head to the accommodation, drop our kit off, and then see where else we can go. So we've checked into our accommodation, and to be honest, it's student accommodation, and we're sharing a tiny bed together, and we've got about a 40-minute walk or so back into town, so it's further away than we thought. We're going to have to get our skates on. We've got a show at 5 o'clock, and I've booked tickets for it, so we've got to make it. It's 20 to 7. This is my first drink. We've been rushing around like mad. We managed to check into the accommodation. They needed a passport and I didn't have one. So thankfully Jane had a driving licence with her. They let me off with a bank card, but I didn't realise you needed a passport in Scotland. We've just seen a hypnotist and I don't remember a thing about it. No kidding. So we've just seen a hypnotist. That's my first one ever. It was brilliant. I want to see how different people engage an audience. We're going to have a drink. We're off into another show in a minute. And really I'm here just looking at see how different people entertain, see what I can learn from them and to look at the venues and get a feel for the place. I tell you what, it's a buzz. It is a buzz. I've forgotten how much of a buzz it was. It's really good fun. So in a few minutes we're off in to see the Talkinator. It's a show about a chap who can talk and talk more than AI. Anyway, cheers. After the Talkinator, we decided to stop and have a bottle of wine and a bit of supper at a French bistro. It was lovely. It's now the early hours of the morning and we made it back to the accommodation. It's quite a long walk, I have to say. The Talkinator certainly was a natural talker and he was brilliant. He was a very comfortable comedian. His slot overran by 20 minutes and he had to be more or less kicked off at the end. But he was so engaging with a small audience and he really engaged with everybody. It was fantastic to see and learn from. Our last act was Alex Kitson, who started about 11:35. We sat in a yurt and watched him do his act, and he was brilliant. He had naturally very good timing. He certainly had ADHD and other issues, and he was open about that and open about his medication. But that's not what the show was about. He was well prepared. He had lots of material, and he was brilliant. Good to see. It's very late. It's bedtime, and we're starting shows early in the morning, probably 10 or 11 o'clock. So good night. See you tomorrow.